Hi there, and welcome to BSF Recovery Team. Well, day 2 of the Park Jeep adventure was a pretty easy day for the wrecker. Most of the Jeeps had packed up and left by about noon, and we only had one winch recovery. Okay. So, with all that extra time out on the trail, we decided to try and film a few clips of the wrecker for a new intro, like this one that you saw at the beginning of the video. But the second one I tried to film didn't go so good. Check this out. Well, I was going to winch myself out forward with this new winch that I ended up with on the truck build. And even though it worked for me a while ago, I made the fatal mistake of not testing it before we came out. And right now, it'll power the cable out, but it will not power the cable in. So there's no way I can winch myself out with this winch.
So what are you going to use to winch yourself out?
Well, the tow truck's in a situation where winching it backwards with its own boom winch is not a real viable option. The terrain going backwards is much worse than the terrain going forwards. So, we have the Rubicon here that has a little 6,000 pound winch on the front. We're going to show you some tricks on how to winch out a big heavy vehicle with a small vehicle and winch. Okay, first thing we have to do is we anchored the back of the Jeep to that tree there. The Jeep has a stick in it, and we want to keep the engine running so we have full battery potential on the winch. And then what we've done is we've run the cable from the Jeep out to the wrecker through a pulley. You can't see it, it's underwater right now. And then back to a dead man or an anchor, a tree. Now, because the cable goes through the pulley at almost a 90 degree, we'll almost double the power of the winch. So if it's a 6,000 pound winch before it stalls out, and we have 6,000 pounds of pull on this cable, and we also have 6,000 pounds of pull on this cable. So that adds up to about 12,000 pounds of pull on the truck. Hopefully that'll be enough to get it out. One more thing. I ran short of cable, so I used a short strap between the tree protector and the cable. This is not a good practice to use a recovery strap for this, because a recovery strap is designed to stretch, and in this situation would stretch and store energy, and that could become very dangerous if the cable or any part of the rigging would break. But this actually isn't a recovery strap. It's a double sewn lifting strap, so we should be safe. A winch recovery using a pulley or a snatch block in this manner is a little bit slower, because the winch has to spool in twice as much cable to move the stuck vehicle the same distance as it would if it were a single line recovery. Stop. Go ahead, stop. Stop. You can slide it up farther.
Yay, Daddy.
You can see the front axle was buried in mud up past the top of the differential. And that's how you winch out a big truck with a little Jeep and a little winch.
So why are you pulling all that out?
Re-spooling the cable so it lays on there nice and not kind of a bird's nest mess. Because if we have to use it again and only pull out a short strip of cable, we don't want to pinch or bind the cable underneath. Alright, now that we got all the equipment that we used on that recovery packed away, we're ready to pile in and head on down the trail. Thanks for watching, BSF Recovery Team. Keep wheeling, stay safe, and maybe we'll see you in the woods. We thought our day was over. We were doing a trail sweep to make sure everybody was out of the trails, and we did come across one more that needed some help.